Welcome to Success Edge. This is the in-depth analysis of a very important topic from your current affairs, that is National Monetization Pipeline. National Monetization Pipeline, as soon as you hear this particular name, something must be striking you. What is the possible difference between monetization, privatization and disinvestment? These are the three key terms that we continuously keep on hearing in current affairs, on newspapers, on news channels and also in public debates. Now before I tell you about National Monetization Plan, let me tell you a brief about the key differences between these three terms. So the government basically wants to have more money so that it could positively invest in the public welfare initiatives. Now there are two ways to do that. First is that government incorporates a public sector company that makes profit, and ultimately that profit money is dispersed for the welfare of the people. Or the second way could be positive tax collection. So government is already collecting taxes for different kinds of services, for different kind of aids, whatever the government is doing that. So we continuously hear in news that the government has increased cess for this particular thing over this particular commodity and likewise. But if we talk about the making money from by incorporating a new company, the government has in recent times debate has emerged that government can make money by leasing out or renting out the loss making companies to private investors. Now that is where we see these three terms. So privatization basically means outright sale of a commodity of a government owned commodity to a private investor, which also means that the ownership as well as the right of that particular commodity is being shed away by the government, and the entire management right, ownership, title, everything is being given to a private company. Government will have no further say in the operation, management or utilization of that particular commodity or company. That's privatization. If we talk about disinvestment, you can understand that disinvestment basically means when you lower your portion of shares in that particular company or commodity. Let's say that government is having an ownership of around 70% in a particular company, but government has observed that since past 20-30 years, the government run entity is not able to perform well, is not able to generate profit, is not able to generate employment, and ultimately is the loss making company for the government. So government will try to spend 30% or give 30% of its share to a private investor, so that the private investor could understand that this is a previously government owned company. People still have a lot of trust on the government run companies, and private company can improve on the operations and the management, and ultimately increase the profit. Ultimately it would be beneficial for the company because there would be a burden sharing. So that is like government ने 70% से reduce करके अपना शेयर जो है वो 40% कर दिया, 30% किसी प्राइवेट कंपनी को दे दिया. वो हुआ एक तरीका डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट का. Disinvestment we have seen in news with related to Air India. Government 2 years back proposed to disinvest its shares in the Air India, but none of the private investors came to buy those shares because Air India was already a debt-ridden company. And ultimately now we can see that the entire operations of Air India has been sold back to Tata in 1963 when it was nationalized. Ultimately it was owned by Tata and the government nationalized it. ऑल राइट. सो ये होता है डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट का पार्ट, जहाँ पे शेयर्स कम किए जाते हैं. जबकि हम मोनेटाइजेशन पे आ जाएं, इफ वी कम टू दिस की स्पेसिफिक टर्म मोनेटाइजेशन, व्हाट डज इट मीन? मोनेटाइजेशन मीन्स इज जनरेटिंग मनी फ्रॉम अ पर्टिकुलर कमोडिटी और अ पर्टिकुलर एसेट दैट इज नॉट गिविंग यू एनी मनी एट ऑल, और यू आर नॉट sufficiently able to administer it. For instance, let us assume that there is a stretch of 200-kilometer national highway connecting two states, Gujarat and Maharashtra. Let's assume that. Now, Gujarat and Maharashtra are connected by a very off-way national highway that both the state governments of Gujarat or Maharashtra are not able to manage, maintain that road, not able to collect that road, whereas the central government is also incapable by way of its National Highway Authority of India Limited is not able to collect proper tolls because it's a less used road and it's a heavy traffic road. We can say that whatever could be the matter. Now that particular asset definitely has been created by the government, is being operationalized by the government, but the government is not able to make profit out of it. So what will the government do? So now here in monetization, government will identify such infrastructure projects that are already there with the ownership of the government but are not bringing sufficient revenue or is getting out of hands in terms of its management capacities and scenarios. In that way, the government will try to lure private investors to take that particular asset for a certain period of time, manage that asset, maintain that asset, make revenues out of it, improve the infrastructure of that particular asset and make profit, give a due share to the government, and after a period of the agreed period of 10, 20, 30 years, whatever it is, as soon as the agreement ends, the ownership will come back to the government unless and until that similar lease or rental agreement is extended. So this is the idea of monetization, where already operational assets are leased out or given to a private commodity for its management so that the government can make out profit from that particular commodity or particular asset. Now if we talk about national monetization pipeline per se, what are the key important factual information that you need to keep in mind when you are reading it? So there are 3, 4, 5 facts that you should know. Alright. So National Monetization Pipeline was announced by Finance Ministry, Nirmala Sitharaman, the Finance Minister, and this was basically proposed in 2021 budget. Government somehow identified that 6 lakh crore rupees can be created by leasing out different assets that Niti Aayog has identified. So this entire National Monetization Pipeline is framed by Niti Aayog. The turnover that the government is expecting or the revenue that the government is expecting is of around 6 lakh crore rupees from 13 sectors. Those sectors are ranging from railways, roads, airports, ports, telecom sector, mines, waterways, and likewise. In that, the Niti Aayog has said that for a period of 4 years, that means National Monetization Pipeline is to be operationalized from 2022. The plan is till 2026. In these 4 years, the government will be able to make 6 lakh crore rupees, and ultimately that could be utilized for the welfare of the people. In this, you need to make sure, you need to also keep this in note, that government is trying to generate employment. Alright, government is trying to push economic growth, and government is also trying to connect urban and semi-urban areas to integrate them to the mainframe networks, mainframe roads and railways and everything, and ultimately work for the welfare of the people. So you need to make sure the period. So these are the basic facts that you need to remember. So who is the CEO of Niti Aayog? Amitabh Kant, and in the presence of Amitabh Kant and the Vice President Rajiv Kumar, this National Monetization Pipeline was announced by Nirmala Sitharaman. Alright, in which the largest share would be generated by leasing out roads. And in roads, basically the ownership of the roads or the national highways are not being transferred to private entities. The private entities will only have a right, or you can say there are twofold mechanisms. So one is TOT, toll operate transfer, in which the private entities would be given the right to collect tolls from a particular stretch of a highway for a certain period of time, which shall be discussed in the contracts that will be there between the government and the private entity. And the second is InvIT, that is Infrastructure Investment Trust. So there would be a separate trust created where the road is not able to generate sufficient revenue, the government is not able to collect revenue, so the private entity will invest in that road, will create beautiful assets, beautiful greenery around that road, will create pedestrian walkway, will create good hotels so that people could come and use that particular road during their travel course, improve the structure of that road, and invest basically in the infrastructure development of that particular road. So as I've already told you, this is like roads, railways, telecom, warehousing, mining, power transmissions and everything is there. In which railways, Konkan Railway is the first railway that have been identified by Niti Aayog, which will be generating a huge revenue, and railway stretches would also be given to private investors so that they can operate that particular railway. In that, 25 Airport Authority of India administered airways, including the airports of Varanasi, Chennai, Mumbai, would be given to private entities for their management. In telecom sector, you know that BSNL is not able to generate sufficient revenue to the government. So whatever operations of BSNL is there, ultimately would also be leased out to a private investor so that he can make profit. Now there are three imperatives under national monetization pipeline that you need to remember this. Whether the government is transferring the ownership, no. The government is only monetizing the rights, not the ownership, which means that ownership will be there within the government of India. So we cannot say that it is privatization, all right? It is like मेरे पास ज़मीन है, मैं मालिक हूँ, मैं दे रहा हूँ किसी को किराए पे कि भाई तू रह ले कुछ समय तक, पैसा बना ले, मेरे को भाड़े से मतलब है, और वो भाड़े का जो पैसा आएगा उसको मैं समाज के कल्याण के लिए, समाज के विकास के लिए, सरकार की क्योंकि जिम्मेदारी है तो उसके लिए मैं यूटिलाइज करूँगा। किस तरह के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स होंगे, कोई नए तरीके का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं बनेगा, कोई अनयूज्ड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को लीज आउट नहीं करेंगे। ऑलरेडी ऑपरेशन में जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, सरकार जिसको चला नहीं पा रही है, चला रही है पर अच्छे से नहीं चला पा रही है, जिनको हम ब्राउन फील्ड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बोलते हैं, वही रेंट पे दिया जाएगा, नॉट ग्रीन फील्ड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। ब्राउन फील्ड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वुड बी लीज्ड आउट अंडर कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल ऑब्लिगेशन फॉर अ लिमिटेड पीरियड, and after the contractual term is ending, the ownership will fall back to the government unless and until the lease is further extended. So these are some of the basic key facts about national monetization plan that was announced. Along with national monetization plan, or you can say pipeline, national infrastructure pipeline, Gati Shakti initiative. These are important initiatives that the government has taken or announced in past 2 years, is now ready to implement them. Very, very important for your current affairs segment in whatever examination you are about to face, particularly your common law admission test. So this is the in-depth analysis of national monetization pipeline with Success Edge. I hope to see you in the next video where I would be talking about Gati Shakti, Asset Reconstruction Company Limited, Bad Bank. I would also be talking about Kane Betwa interlinking. I would also be talking about India-Afghanistan relations and India-Russia relations in the successive video. Thank you so much for staying there, watching this video patiently. If you do like this video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with your particular friend. This was your mentor Harshvardhan Tripathi with you. I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, take care.